I've done a few of these before, and I've recorded people doing a lot of little scam things. And some major scams. My favorite was the one I finally posted about the guy going door to door trying to sell me a security system. Love that. Lied to me point blank trying to tell me what would happen to the house down the street. The house was only 2 doors down, knew the people that was in it, knew that they were a little weird, knew damn good well it wasn't no fire that took that place out, especially when it made national news. It was a raid. 3 houses were raided at the same time, and he didn't kind of think that I wouldn't know what had happened to the house next door? There was a small army invading the thing at 6 o'clock that morning. Thought that was hilarious. Anywho, this one's going to be a little different. This one is going to be another rant and another little bit of proof about what you need to make sure you're doing with Sprint. Here's the kicker. I just spent the last hour trying to get through to a supervisor because nobody wants to be able to look at anything. And they're all saying the same thing. It came out of your phone or get our direct service. Your machine tells us that it was 399 minutes. Problem is it wasn't. It was only 35 minutes. So they're claiming a 35-minute phone call was 6 hours long. Here's the problem. Here's the bill. I don't know how well this camera will record. I don't usually use the one that's built in for obvious reasons. But if you take a look, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that very well. They're claiming 399 minutes there for that phone call. These things that they made me go buy on January 1st of 2011, because my sliver was not going to be compatible much longer, so I had to go down and get a new phone. HTC Evo. Here's a little something for you guys to remember. The HTC Evo, it can record every call you make in and out. So brace yourself. Here's the kicker. And I find this hilarious. Because I had my little Motorola sliver with no troubles whatsoever for a whole 10 years. No contract to deal with, no nothing. Perfectly fine. And no spam phone calls. I finally have to go down and get a new phone because they're not going to carry that thing and it isn't going to work anymore. So I get this thing, the HTC Evo. Again, a fantastic phone. But the service provider needs to be shut down. I don't care how famous they think they are, and their thing about the customer is always their primary care is bull. Outright. Here's the problem. That 399-minute phone call they're claiming is right here. And I know you're not going to be able to see that very well. But the HTC Evo records phone calls. All of them. Incoming and outgoing. It's wonderful. And that phone call, which I sat and listened to, is 35 minutes and 3 seconds. Not 399 minutes. It's 35 minutes. Half an hour. Not 6 hours like they're trying to bill me for. And then they turn around and try to claim that because that caused me to go over my regular minutes, that all the phone calls after that are now 45 cents a minute as well. Problem is, they're claiming I'm 117 minutes over, and that one line item alone is 364 minutes in error. I've spent the last hour dealing with Sprint, trying to get them to get it corrected. And the manager turns around and tells me that, well, I don't know what you want to do. What do you want to do with this? It's like, I wanted you to get your billing corrected. Well, our computer pulled it straight from your PIN number. Well, then you better find out what you did wrong because it's only 35 minutes call. Well, it comes straight off. So I'm actually dealing with a man who would turn right around and say that because the script says the sky is purple, that's where it's at. Here's an example. When they made me go buy this phone. Finally, I have to go get it. I have to go buy a phone. I get the top of the line again. I'm not worried about it. Should be okay. Except for one problem. My Motorola sliver I had for 10 years. No spam phone calls. I might get a marketing call, maybe one. Sometimes on a bad year, I'd get 2 of them over the course of that year. Within 3 weeks of buying this $90 a month phone service, I had a bill of $170-some delivered to me. 3 weeks after I bought the phone. Telling me that I'd gone over my minutes. Here's the problem with Sprint. After After an hour-long time, all the guy could do was get stuck. The computer says it's 399 minutes. Well, you know what? I have a recorded phone call that says it's 35 minutes, 3 seconds. On a phone that records every phone call made. And Sprint will tell you they don't want you to record their calls. Well, here's the kicker. They have this nice little bulletin when you call in that says all calls will be recorded or monitored for training purposes. Well, all calls are recorded because you made me buy a phone that does it automatically. Including the 35-minute call that you're trying to claim is 6 hours. I'm going to add some photographs. I'm going to mix this together with the slides so you can see the Outlook, their bill here, the line item on it. And you'll see the photograph of the screen on this screen. That's one thing I wish they could do, is make it to where you could do a screen print on these right to paper. It'd be nice. Hint for anybody out there making applications. How about being able to take a screen print off of these and send it to a printer? That would be a nice one to come up with. I'll gladly test it. Trust me. I'll gladly test it for you if you can come up with one. But I'm going to get those mixed together. And any attorney out there needs to start picking up and taking a look at everything they're doing. And everybody else out there that has Sprint service, look at your bill very closely. And get the hell away from this crooked company. Have a good day.